The TFX Arrange function found in the built-ins and the Functions tab within their text effects folder allows us to arrange fonts within a circle or a wave. There's a lot of different settings and different ways that you can use this. So first, what we'll do is we'll grab a font and we'll drag a font into our scene tree. And first, I'm just going to go into the font editor and we're just going to add some text here. So I'm just going to copy my text and add a couple lines here. Then I'm going to go back into my built-ins, grab the TFX Arrange function, drag it onto my font. And you can see when we do that how it arranges this font into a circle. So if we scale this down a little bit to see it, and I'll go back into my text editor and I'll just add some text here, and as we add text it arranges this in a circle. We can go back into our TFX Arrange function. First thing that we notice here is the offset percentage. If I increase this or decrease it, it rotates it on the offset. We also have a scale percentage, so I can increase the scale of it. When we increase it, it overlaps the font. If we decrease it, it crunches this font into a semicircle or to whatever angle you need it to be. By default, the shape is set to circle, and when it's set to circle, we also have this diameter function that we can use. So if we need to increase the diameter of this circle, we can increase it here. If we need to decrease it, as we decrease it, you can see how the characters start to overlap, and if need be, you can go back into the text editor and just delete some characters if you want to do it that way as well. Now you notice we have a length, a width, a height, and a shift percentage. If you go to adjust this with the circle shape arranged, it won't do anything. This is for the other shape called wave. We have a positioning down here set to relative by default. We can change it to absolute as well. There's also a direction. It's set to clockwise by default. If we change this to counterclockwise, what it does is flips this text around. So remember, text is 2D. We do not see the back side. We also have a rotation here. So if we rotate this, let's say 90 degrees, it rotates the text. And if we want to go into our transform editor and just kind of rotate this either way, we can see. Now again, the text is 2D, so we don't see the back side of it. So let's go back and reset this for a moment. And we'll also grab a extrude function. So we'll go into the globals folder and we'll extrude our font, and let's throw a material on it so that we'll be able to see it a little bit better as well. So we'll just use a gradient here. We'll change the mapping to reflection. Now, and I go back into my text effects arrange, we'll rotate this again, and when we come back and rotate this, we now have a circular font here that we can use. If it's backwards or it looks like it's reading backwards, we can come into the rotation, and instead of using 90, we can go for -90 and then come back into our transform and flip it this way. We can go back into our TFX Arrange and we can use this offset to rotate it, or we could use the rotation in our transform editor to rotate it as well. So we'll go back into TFX Arrange. Instead of using a circle shape, we can use a wave as well. So when I click on the wave, you can see how it rearranges the text here. Now, once we have a wave, we can use this length to adjust the wave. We can also use the width and the height to adjust the wave parameters too. There's a shift that we can use. And also when we have it on wave, we can also use this offset here to kind of play through or move the text. So there's a lot of different settings that you can use using the length, the width, the height, in getting different shapes for your font. Now, what's nice about this is that you don't always need to use fonts that have just letters. You can have a font such as a Webdings here, and if we come in here and type in the Webdings, we can create shapes out of this. And if we go back and drop the TFX Arrange on this one, you can see that we can pretty much do the same thing. So we can drop an extrude on this. We'll go into the global folder, and we'll also put some type of image on it so that we can see a little bit better. So we'll use the same image, change this image to reflection, and we'll come back into the TFX Arrange folder. Let's rotate it maybe to 90 degrees, and we can come into our transform axis and rotate it this way. Now we made a completely different shape here out of just a different font.